All right, I want to switch gears. I want to give you an update. I have an article here in front of me. Friend of mine, and when I say friend, I mean former producer of this particular show, Andrew Lee, sent me an article and was touting that where he lives beat us in terms of bike friendliness. So I have here in front of me, because I didn't have it the other day, we had the article talking about how we just missed it. Still gold status, did not achieve platinum. Did not achieve platinum status in our attempt to make ourselves more platinum-y, despite our best efforts of putting in laws that are completely unnecessary for our police department, because we already have distracted driving laws. We now have texting while driving laws that in 3 of the 4 places where they've been implemented, it's actually caused accidents to rise, because the people that text and drive, your worst perpetrators, don't care. However, I do have now in front of me the list of who got platinum. So, the United States is now home to 214 bicycle-friendly communities in the 47 states. Now, I want to know the communities that are not bike-friendly and why. Are these areas where people are just randomly opening up car doors as bicyclists go by? Is that how do you get the status of being non-bike friendly? That's got an interesting email from somebody. They make a great point, but let me get to this. Let's see. Municipalities were evaluated based on their efforts to promote bicycling, investments in bicycling infrastructure, and bicycling education programs. The league said in their news release they must apply to be considered for the list. Localities are divided into 4 categories: platinum, gold, silver, and bronze. Boulder, Colorado, Davis, California, and Portland, Oregon, big shock, remained the only 3 communities to earn the platinum distinction in 2012. All 3 ranked in the top 10 for their percentage of commuters who bike to work, according to the U.S. Census Bureau 2010 American Community Survey. The league also singled out Durango, Colorado. That's got a big Durango, Colorado is big in the justice household. I've traveled there. I want to say, I know I've been there at least once, may have been twice. When I go to my dad's house, I look back at pictures. There are pictures of me, incredibly young and incredibly thin, with no gray hair, on a Durango, Colorado train. If my dad is listening, he's getting a kick out of the fact that I mentioned that. Also, Missoula, Montana, which were moved up from silver to gold designation. Good. I'm sure they put in policies that required more laws that were unnecessary. More than 7% of Missoula's commuters bike to work, according to the league's report, well above the national average of 1%. The city has recently installed protected bike lanes, added bike path signage, created more bike parking. Durango has constructed more than 300 miles of mountain biking trails and continues to invest in biking lanes, the league noted in its release. The full list from the League of American Bicyclists now has more than 300,000 members, and we just appeal every year to their good graces that one year they will bestow upon our great old Pueblo the platinum status. Pat, though, brings up a great point, and I have here in an email. Pat writes this: seems to me Tucson has a better chance of getting platinum status from the lab if they would make better roads. After all, bad roads play a big part in crashes, whether or not people ride. And yes, bad as the roads are, the bike lanes are some of the worst parts of the roads. Aha! Good point, Pat. However, we actually do spend more money. Well, let me not word it that way, because I don't know if that's true, if that's the case. However, I do know that at least it would appear that we spend more effort to make sure that the bicycle paths are free of debris and in better shape than the roads are. $4,000 for the thermal neon green coating that we have at certain parts of certain intersections in town to make bicyclists aware this is where you need to ride and people are going to be biking here. We've also got the bike designated boulevards down by 4th Avenue, and no, we go out of our way to make sure that the bike paths are in much better shape than the roads are. And also the other part to that is that it actually is probably more beneficial to getting that platinum status the worse our roads are, because more people will want to ride a bike than go and drive around on our roads. I just hope... No, hope's not good. I pray. I pray one day that the League of American Bicyclists will decide and designate, and the God rays will shine, and the clouds will part, and there'll be a rainbow stretching from Vale all the way over to A Mountain, and we will achieve our platinum status, which will more than likely entail some kind of award that'll be hung in Richard Miranda's office, I'm sure. But it'll invite a ton of businesses, right? Because we don't have enough bike shops in town. 751-1041 is the phone number. Coming up, construction set for a controversial high-rise downtown. Heaven forbid. Well, it's not downtown. It's by the University of Arizona, but it's close enough. Heaven forbid we put another high-rise in. Our skyline downtown hasn't changed since '83, I think. Of course, people are petitioning. Don't you build anything more than 4 stories. It's the John Justice Show on 104.1 The Truth. Tucson's News Talk FM.